Hello everyone, and welcome to another Pyro Gaming video. Exotic Catalysts are one of my favorite things in Destiny 2 that we did not have in Destiny 1. They improve weapons for the most part, and each time we get a seasonal sandbox update like we got in Shadowkeep, some exotic catalysts might become really strong, whereas other ones just kinda fall off the wayside and are meh. So in this video, we are going to be taking a look at some of those exotic catalysts that are really strong in the current Shadowkeep sandbox. In no particular order, here are my top 10 picks for exotic catalysts that you should have for PvE. Let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to start with number 10, Whisper of the Worm. You obtain this catalyst by first completing the normal version of the Whisper mission and then going in and completing the heroic version. Once you complete the heroic version, you will obtain the catalyst, and you can then go back in and do the heroic version again to progress the catalyst, or you can do the oracles and the hidden chest scattered throughout the Whisper mission each week. Once unlocked, you not only get a significant boost to reload speed, but you also unlock Whispered Breathing, which works for all intents and purposes like box breathing, with the only difference being that Whispered Breathing does not reset after each shot. It stays there until you stop aiming down sights. Now, Whisper of the Worm has actually made a little bit of a comeback in Shadowkeep because it is very good on both bosses in the new Garden of Salvation raid. I would definitely recommend picking this catalyst up because it makes a high damage weapon and high DPS weapon do more damage, which is never a bad thing. At number 9, I have the catalyst for Ariannas Vow. You obtain this catalyst by first obtaining Ariannas Vow from your season pass and then going and picking up the exotic quest for the catalyst from Banshee. To complete the quest to unlock the catalyst, you will need to have Ariannas Vow equipped for 100 activities. Now, it's worth noting that you only need it equipped at the very end, right before the thing ends, so that does make it a little bit easier, but it's still very grindy. Once you complete the quest, you get the catalyst, but you still have to upgrade the catalyst with hundreds of kills from Ariannas Vow. But honestly, as grindy as this is probably one of the best catalysts in the game. Once fully upgraded, the exotic catalyst gives +3 to the magazine and auto-loading holster, which is really handy, especially considering how useful Ariannas Vow is in the Ordeal Nightfalls with all the champions that you have running around. At number 8, I have the catalyst for Ace of Spades. You obtain this catalyst as a random drop at the end of a strike from the chest or from completing any PvP game mode at the end of the match. Once fully unlocked, this thing increases the effectiveness of Firefly while Memento Mori is active. Now, with the range nerfs to hand cannons, Ace of Spades is still very strong, and honestly, with this catalyst, it is one of the more fun hand cannons to use in PvE for ad control. 10 out of 10 would recommend. At number 7, I'm going to go ahead and throw on Risk Runner. Now, Risk Runner is a very good weapon this season because of the buff that it got, as well as the buff to submachine guns as a whole. The Risk Runner catalyst can be obtained very easily. There's actually a quest that leads you straight to it. It's the one that takes you back to Old Russia. You first unlock Risk Runner, and then you go and find one of Cade's chests that is hidden throughout the map, and you get the catalyst guaranteed. However, I do believe it can still drop as a random reward from strikes if for some reason you don't have that quest. Once fully unlocked, it gets a pretty big boost to range, which on a submachine gun is really handy. This thing is actually one of the better ad clear weapons currently in the game. At number 6, I'm going to include the catalyst from Sunshot. You obtain this catalyst as a random drop at the end of strikes, and once fully upgraded, it gives you a pretty big boost to range and stability. Now, this is a big deal because in Shadowkeep, hand cannons got a nerf to range, so any extra range that you can get on a hand cannon is going to be really good. Another thing that makes Sunshot very strong is the fact that it has explosive rounds. Explosive rounds does not get the full effect of the range damage drop-off nerf that they did, because explosive rounds is always going to guarantee a certain amount of damage on hand cannons, scout rifles, anything else that has it. Now, in addition to all of that, it also got a magazine buff from 8 to 12 rounds. It's the 150 archetype, and it causes enemies to explode, and those explosions change. This thing has a lot working for it, and if you don't have the catalyst, it is definitely worth grinding it out. Next up, I have the exotic catalyst for Bad Juju. You obtain this catalyst by presenting tributes in your tribute hall, and then eventually purchasing it from the Callus statue at the beginning of your tribute hall. Once fully upgraded, this catalyst allows String of Curses to last longer. Now, String of Curses is a very solid perk for PvE. Think of it as something like Rampage plus Outlaw, plus it gives you your super back. With all the super nerfs, Bad Juju is actually a really handy weapon, and having String of Curses last longer and generate orbs on multi-kills is just, it's really good, man. This is a very good weapon for ad control in PvE, and I would definitely recommend picking up the Catalyst for it. At number 4, I have the Huckleberry Exotic Submachine Gun. You obtain this catalyst as a random drop from completing heroic adventures anywhere in the solar system, meaning on any destination. Once you have obtained the catalyst and you have fully upgraded it, the catalyst completely reloads your entire magazine with every kill that you get. Now, Huckleberry is a sleeper god tier exotic right now. It comes with Rampage. The catalyst completely reloads your magazine, so it does something like Bad Juju does, but submachine guns also got a buff, and this thing just absolutely shreds ads, man. Like, you can go months without having to reload this thing and just absolutely slay everything in sight. This is honestly probably top 3 best PvE ad clear weapons in the game right now. Next up, I have the Catalyst for Izanagis Burden. You obtain this Catalyst, I believe it's a guaranteed drop if you fully upgraded and perfected your Chalice, and then you go and open the chest in a heroic menagerie run. Once fully upgraded, this Catalyst does even more damage whenever you have Honed Edge active. That's when you compress all 4 shots down to 1. This gives you more damage on top of that, and if you haven't heard, Izanagis Burden is currently a god tier DPS weapon. So if you don't have this Catalyst, it's definitely worth picking up. At number 2, I'm going to include Outbreak Perfected. You obtain this catalyst by first completing the normal version of the 0-hour mission and then going back in and completing the heroic version. You progress the catalyst by either completing more heroic versions each week or by doing the little puzzles that happen where in. That's kind of like the Whisper mission. But anyway, once fully upgraded, this allows nanites to stack more on enemies, and nanites do more damage. Also, when you get a kill, the nanites go and track other enemies more aggressively, and I mean, this thing is built around nanites, so anything that you can do to improve nanites is going to improve the weapon. Outbreak Perfected is still one of the best weapons for just general ad clear, and it's also not terrible for boss damage. It is actually still pretty good for certain bosses that have long DPS windows. Outbreak Perfected is a general workhorse weapon, and if you don't have it along with its catalyst, I would definitely recommend you get on that. And the 10th and final catalyst that I'm going to recommend is the one for Legend of Acreus. You obtain this catalyst as a random drop from any encounter within the Prestige Leviathan raid, and once fully upgraded, it increases your magazine size from 2 rounds to 6 and gives you a huge boost to reload speed. This thing actually reloads a little bit faster than a base reloading Ikello shotgun when you have the catalyst fully upgraded. I'm going to tell you guys right now, this is a sleeper god tier catalyst, man. Like, this weapon hits like an absolute truck. The catalyst makes it an entirely new weapon from what its base weapon is without the catalyst, and this thing is still really good for certain bosses that you can get up close to, especially with the changes to auto loading and stuff like that. Having that extra reload speed is going to be very valuable, and honestly, I would recommend everybody grind out this catalyst. It is 100% worth it in my opinion. And there you have it, guys. Those are my top 10 picks for exotic catalysts that you should go after for PvE. Drop a comment in the box below, let me know what your favorite catalysts are, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. But before I let you go, I do want to remind you guys that I am partnered now with Advanced.gg. They make gaming supplements specifically made for gamers, and they are really good. Using offer code PYRO will save you 10% on their Focus line, which does exactly what the title suggested does. It helps you focus. And they also have a new line called Chill that is made from CBD oil that helps you chill. You see, focus, chill. That's how it works. It's wordplay, guys. It's wordplay. And offer code PYRO will save you 10%. You can find a link to it down in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, click like. If you're new to the channel, click subscribe. And if you are already subscribed, I fucking love you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.